Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play The Beginner's Guide. My name is Weasel, and we are going to meet the machine. It calls itself Coda, so this is kind of interesting. There's a guard here, and... what? Press, okay. Hey, Press, how's it going? Do you know where Poisonous Games came from? What will you do with it? Will it be punished? When will we have answers? Will the machine ever explain itself? Hello? Where's the machine now? That's a horrible question as a, you know, press person to ask. Hello? That's not a good question. Alright, let's meet the machine. Well, hello there. Okay.
And of course, it's the machine.
Hi, machine. You stopped. You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. You stopped feeding us. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? It was only because of your creation that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? Okay, how about that? How about this for a start? You need to go on to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. I've been so alone. Let's go with I've been so alone. I mean, if it was an outlet for him and the machine stopped working, apologize for leaving me. No? Nothing? Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. I've seen the thing you fear. This is really, really friggin' dark. Alright then, I will apologize to the people on your behalf. Oh. Hi, people. I will have to apologize. Okay, we're somewhere else. Okay. My followers, my friends. Let's call it my friends. It falls on me to deliver bad news. I have a troubling revelation. Let's go with troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. Okay, let's say it will not apologize to us. The machine probably has its reason. But this is not important. We're stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Okay, we do not need its games. Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. How about that? How about we don't need the machine? Follow me, we will destroy the machine. Nope. Follow me, we will destroy everything that the machine has created. Okay, let's go with that, I guess. Ugh. I mean, would that be like... I don't want to destroy the machine. Oh, it's the gun again, from the beginning. Oh. Well... Coda, I'll make sure your work dies here. Coda, I'll make sure you are known forever. Coda, I'll make sure you're known forever. Why not? Wow, this is odd. Isn't that what you're scared of? Exposed to the view of others every day forever, seen in naked clarity?
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games.
I don't know.
Might get him out of isolation.
Oh.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him?
With this game?
If you could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Maybe, maybe not. I'm just cleaning up everything. This is a really weird thing to do, to remove all of his work, to destroy all of his work like this. Yeah, also... Oh, okay, I fell through the floor.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work.
Hi.
There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
I don't know if that is what's wrong or what, you know, held him back. Hi, machine. Or Coda. Put down your weapon. Oh, okay. I kind of want to put it down. I don't really... I can't really. How do I put it down? I guess I can only shoot. I don't want to shoot. I don't want to shoot the machine. I'm just gonna wait this out. No, I'm not gonna do it. Fine, I'll do it.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need. To be told that my work is good. That I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good. Like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem.
Maybe you couldn't.
Told me how much they enjoyed his games. It was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy.
But what about him?
Beautifully, beautifully happy.
Okay. Now you're freaking me out.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower. And to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
I don't know, the last game that he ever made, that kind of, you know, some weird foreshadowing. Well, let's see what The Tower is about. Oh my.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, The Tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Yeah, I would say so, especially with the scary voices in the background and people crying and screaming. I want to say that's
this room
what is this?
Actually has a maze in it.
Oh, okay. What?
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I don't want to necessarily see more flashing. Oh man. Good old Source Engine standard wall texture.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
I have no idea.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code.
Wow.
Like
6-digit code.
Maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Okay. 1 5 1. I mean, maybe he just, you know, he doesn't want you know, to show whatever he has to show, but in one way, he still wants to leave the possibility in it. Okay. Sweet. It's kind of like when you're considering, you know, doing something to yourself, but always leaving the option that someone can maybe find you because you have that hope that somebody will find you. Hi. What's going on here?
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Well, might not necessarily be your job to do.
Let me do that.
Okay.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
Yeah, what do the 3 dots mean?
And he wouldn't.
Oh. I kind of want to know what they mean.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
Well, I personally don't think you failed.
Where did I screw up?
Dear Davey. Wow.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did.
Wow.
I poisoned it for you.
This is deep. Thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore. Wow. I wonder why. I understand. I want to understand why.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I'm making these games for you. What? Probably not, but... You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin...
The people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Yeah, you so infected my personal space that it's possible I did to begin to plan solutions in my work somewhere hidden between games. If there was an answer or meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? Huh. Wait. Stop adding lampposts to them. Did he add them or did... Who added them? Would you simply let them be what they are?
And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Would you simply let them be what they are? When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. Wow. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with my new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact that you think I'm frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
When you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. Huh. Oh wait, the puzzle solution. Ugh.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please.
And the walls are coming
Start
closer.
making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Wow. Yeah, this took quite a drastic turn. Epilogue. Oh, hi. Where am I? Oh, looks like some Grand Central Station or something. I honestly do wonder now if this was all a narrative.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Okay, I'm trying to make a rhyme out of this.
Solution.
But right now, having a really hard time
I guess
understanding.
If someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Yeah, that's entirely possible, I guess. I mean, if I was friends with someone who made, games like this, I would probably be, wondering too if he's expressing
Even
himself
now,
like this.
The disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
What? Why would they? Why would they think you are, or he is, a shitty person? Okay. We're doing creepy again. That was actually kind of pleasant, and now we're just all the way creepy. Do we have to find something in here? It just seems like a rather endless cave.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Well, internal validation, you know. Being proud of your own work, even if other people don't like it. That's, you know, it's something to think about. It's not
What now?
a thing you can just do all of a sudden. Just, you know, find the validation within yourself. That's, you know, a long process, but it's certainly possible.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And
Hey, Wheatley.
So I'm just gonna... Okay.
Well, see ya, I guess. Just gonna, you know, lets me explore this on my own. Is that a huge crack in the wall? Because it certainly seems like it. Yeah, I wonder what it's about too, Wheatley. I wonder too. I have no reason to walk through these gates, but I do it anyway. Because it makes me feel good. Like I'm solving some sort of puzzle. I do wonder to what degree Coda actually exists or Coda is just part of a narrative. I genuinely wonder. Oh. Well, sure, let's do this. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, I thought there was maybe a door. Oh, there it is. Yellow, 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 yellow. Where are you going, buddy? Where are you trying to head out to? Oh, we're back in the central station, or at least some variant of it. How was that about, you know, long, dark hallways? Am I seeing the laser from his very first game on the spaceship? Because I think that's what it might be. Is it gonna elevate me above everything and make me feel super tiny and unimportant? Probably might. What are you thinking about, Wheatley? You want a sunflower seed? Sure you do. Yep. That looks familiar, doesn't it? Well, let's jump in. And it lifts us up. That's a nice way. Oh. Oh my. Talk about a huge maze. So, I don't want to really, you know, start making assumptions and throw out interpretations without, you know, chewing this through, or at least waiting to the actual end. But Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what to take from this just yet. But it was clearly an interesting experience. For R. Who's R? Well, so far I do think that Coda was, you know, just part of the narrative, not an actual person, and I feel that the whole thing about self-validation is basically what this whole thing is about. Trying to find meaning in things that might not necessarily have a meaning, you know, that are just games for game's sake maybe, but there are probably plenty of interpretations out there at this point. Many, many thousands probably of this game and what it all means in the end. So I'm not gonna try to throw mine in there, but I would love to hear your thoughts on the game in the comments below. If you have an idea, or if the game meant something specific to you, or if you have an interpretation, I'd love to hear it. In any case, thank you guys so much for following me along the beginner's guide. I'm Weasel, I'm out, and I hope to see you around. Bye-bye!